Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Too Good to Be True podcast. I am your host, Pascal Mayada. I will talk about game two between OKC and the Wolf and the Knicks versus the Pacers in game two. Both game. I know. Yesterday, game three. It had played between the Timberwolves and OKC, but I will talk about it on Monday with the Knicks versus Pacers in Game Three. So don't worry about that. I will talk about it, but I have to talk about Game Two between uh OKC and the Wolf versus and also Knicks versus the Pacer in game two. But first, before I talk about it, make sure to subscribe, like, notify, leave your comment on my video on the Too Good to Be True podcast, and you can listen to this podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcast. So let's get right to it. So game two is in the book between the OKC and the Wolf. So let's talk about it now. About it. So game two, great win for OKC. Uh, and I'm gonna play the audio or the saying. Now we're just gonna talk about just the result. So great win for OKC, 118 to 103. The Who was the best scorer on the team? So let's start with the Wolf. Anthony Edwards, 32 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 block, shot for 12 and 26 in the field goal, 1 and 9 in the 3 point. Jaden McDaniel, 22 points, 2 rebounds, 3 blocks, shot for 8 and 15 in the field goal, and 4 and 8 out of 3 point. And Nickel Alexander Walker's 17 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, shot for 5 and 18 in the field goal, 3 and 4 in the 3 point. Compared to OKC, who who got a great game. SGA 38 point, 33. Sorry, that's it. 38 point, 3 rebound, 8 assists, 3 steal. Shot for 12. Shot for 12. 21 in the field goal, 1 and 2 in the 3 point. Williams, great game. He had 26 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. Shot for 12 and 20 on the field goal, 2 and 6 in the 3 point. Temp Holmgren, 22.8, 4 rebound, 12. I won't say 12. 4 rebound, 2 assists. Shot for 8 and 17 on the field goal and 1 and 6 in the 3 point. So what can I say about this game? I mean, first of all, we gotta say congratulations to the LGA for receiving his MVP trophy, and for those who didn't see, Chris Paul was in the game to see the game in OKC. But what can I say about this game? I mean, game two. I mean, Julius Randle wasn't performing very well. You can see that with 6 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And normally I don't do the minus thing, but I will do it. He had minus 15, which I don't know what it means. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I think it's bad, and I think it's bad. But but he didn't perform very well. And Rudy Gobert, I mean, my God, other than the 9 point I can see, um, I mean, the OKC have a way to find a strategy against your opponent. I think every time they switch, Rudy Gobert. I mean, he's non-existent in this game. But defensively, yeah. But offensively, no. They find a way. to make him sit on the bench, which is true because they need him to sit on the bench because you see what OKC does with Rudy Gobert, especially OKC on defense, which their defense are legit. I don't care what people say, their defense are legit. And Coach Finch, in my person, I know game 3 I will talk about later, but in game 3 and game 2, I mean Rudy Gobert was non-existent. He wasn't the same guy that he played against the Lakers or the second round. Uh, played played against the Golden State Warrior. Believe me, that's not the Rudy Gobert I saw. But I think they need to fix it. And I know what happened in game 3, the result, but they need to find Coach Finch had to find a way to bench Rudy Gobert in certain situations, especially in the fourth quarter. And and Julius Randle, you know he wasn't performing well. I think he already bounced back in game 3, so I will keep it for Monday as I'm recording this. They already played, so I'm gonna reserve that. Now for OKC, they have to keep the momentum. If they do keep the momentum, and Jalen Williams perform very well, because sometimes he is very inconsistent. He's very inconsistent. They can go to the final, and maybe they can win the championship. So that's why I say that they need to keep the momentum as they play. Same thing with Chet Holmgren. SGA is going to be SGA. So I got nothing to say about that because I will keep it for game 3. I wanted to keep it for game 3 when I'll recap it. So don't worry about that, people. So moving on to the next game, we had the Knicks Pacer game 2 was also in the books. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So great win for the Pacers, 114 to 109. Then let's start with Indiana Pacers. Uh, Pascal Siakam, fantastic game, 39 points, uh, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, shot for 5 and 23 in the field goal and 3 on 5 in the 3 point, and he had plus 16. Tyrese Halliburton got 14 points, 8 rebounds, 11 assists. To steal, he had 5 and 16 on the field goal, 3 and 10 in the 3 point. Miles Turner, 16 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Shot for 5 and 18 on the field goal, 1 and 4 in the 3 point. Uh, Aaron Naismith, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, and 1 steal. Shot for 4 and 7 in the field goal, 2 and 3 in the 3 point. And he had plus 12, which I don't do that. And my actually the actually the whole of starting five had double digits. So Andrew Nembhard, 12 point, 3 assists, 2 steal, 2 assists, 1 steal, shot for 5 and 8 on the field goal, 2 and 2 on the 3 point. Compared to the New York Knicks, who Jalen Brunson got a fantastic game, 36 points, 3 rebound, 11 assists, and 1 steal. She had plus 4. Excuse me. Uh, Cat, 20 points, 7 rebound, shot for 6 and 14 on the field goal, 2 and 5 on the 3 point. Mikal Bridges, 20 points, uh, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, two steals, shot for 9 and 18 on the field goal, 1 and 3 in the 3 point. OG Anunoby, 16 points, 5 rebound, one assist, 2 steals, shot 6 and 11 on the field goal, 2 and 6 in the 3 points. So what can I say about this game? Yet again, let's start with the Knicks. Yet again, I said this before, and I don't want to repeat it again, but I will do it. Tom Thibodeau do not trust his bench. He never did. He never will be. But he needs to change his strategy for Game 3, which, by the way, is almost not almost midnight, but we're close to midnight where I am in France. So so like Tom Thibodeau does not trust his bench, and that is an issue. And also, if you look at their minutes. I didn't even mention that. Look at their minutes. Most of them are like what? If you 45 minutes, not combined, but they play more than 30 or 40 minutes. So that's why I said this. Tom Thibodeau needs to change his strategy against a guy who, by the way, an excellent coach, been to the finals, and he's a champion of Rick Carlisle, who he's utilized his bench, he really utilizes his bench a lot. And also the unsung hero, like I said, the the underrated player of Pascal Siakam. If you want to define what underrated mean, you can look at Pascal Siakam. I mean, he been there. He's a champion. He been to the conference final, and he had playoff experience. So it wasn't. He was unfazed about it. But even though last game in game 1, he didn't do much. He had like 17 points. But in game 2, he showed it. And and people say, what? But what about Tyrese Halliburton? You know, he got 14 points. Yeah, he got 14 points. But he's not a scorer. He's more of a pass guy first. And the more he played like that, the more I became a fan. And the more he played like that, I think he had a chance to go to the finals. He got a chance to go to the finals. So to me, that's his style. Indiana Pacers got a style that if you get a style that they don't have any true superstar. They rely on each other as a team collective effort. And and I didn't say this in a podcast, but I was watching the first take. You know, I love watching first take, and they were asked the question, who got the highest stock coming to the conference finals? And Mad Dog, shout out to him, Mad Dog Russo said Tyrese Halliburton. And I agree with Halliburton because his stock would go even much more higher if he win a championship. And people, yes, and people say, but people are gonna look at Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner, and so on and so forth. But I think with Tyrese Halliburton will elevate to become a superstar if he wins the championship. Yes, we know Jalen Brunson is in the bigger market. Yes, we know SGA is a superstar who won a recently MVP, and we know Anthony Edwards uh, um, is probably going to be one day the face of the league. But for the purpose of who got the highest stock, and I think that Tyrese Halliburton's stock will go even much more higher if he wins. Yes, yes, he have more high stock for him. But I hope next game three, playing Indiana, Indiana continue this momentum because if they win game three, which I don't, they're not playing yet. But if they win game three, I think it's game over for the New York Knicks. Game over. And people will point at Tom Thibodeau, and people are gonna point at Tom Thibodeau that you don't really rely on your bench. So I hope Game Three, New York Knicks resolve this. If they don't, it's game over. But thank you very much for listening to this podcast. Make sure to listen to this podcast, like I said, on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, or well, I'm gonna put this recorded on my on my YouTube channel. YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe, like, notify, leave your comment on my video, leave your comment on the community that I send news, and don't forget to follow my podcast on not on podcast, but follow me on social media on Instagram Pascal underscore Mayala underscore 15. Same thing with Threads, Facebook Pascal Mayala, X formerly Twitter is at Belly versus PMM. And I would say thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.